Hello! Before we begin today's video, I just want to make a brief announcement. The subject of today's video, the MacroSystem Casablanca Avio, this very quirky, strange, early, non-linear video editing appliance from 2000, is for sale on eBay. I've had my fun with it. The TV station doesn't want it anymore, so it is now for sale on eBay. I'm going to have more details about the listing, what exactly you're going to get and all that at the end of the video. But the link is in the description. There's a few Avios on eBay. This is the most thoroughly tested one on eBay, and it comes with more extras than any of the others on eBay, and so it's been priced accordingly. But of course, it's going to eventually end up selling for whatever the market demands. But I'll talk more about what exactly is included and everything else at the end of the video. But the link is in the description if you want to look at it right now. But if you want to see more detail, go to this time code in the video and I'll talk about it more. But for now, let's get to the video. Aw, yeah. Left, right, left, right, left. Okay, so in today's video, which has been a long time coming, I am going to edit a new YouTube video using this Casablanca Avio from MacroSystem, a dedicated video editing computer system from the early 2000s, based on an Intel Pentium processor, not IBM compatible, and custom software that basically harkens back to the earlier Casablancas, which were based on Amiga hardware. So I'm pretty excited, but also I think it's probably going to be kind of frustrating, so I'm kind of prepared for that as well. But I've taped a YouTube video, and I tried 2 prior videos that I thought I was going to make to edit on this, and I decided against editing them on this system because they came out to be way too long. Well, the video we're going to edit on this today, the raw footage amounts to 15 minutes, so it's a nice, relatively short video, and we are going to import it into this thing, and you are going to watch me fight through, hopefully not too much fighting, but you're going to watch me edit said video on this thing. So I'm pretty excited, so we're gonna hop right to it, I guess. So first thing we need to do, and of course kind of the neat thing about the Casablanca user interface, is that it's almost ordered top to bottom in order of what you should do. So we'll start off with the system settings. Video output is S-video, that's how you're getting a feed. Your feed is being recorded onto the Sony CCD TR66 Hi8XR camcorder, TRV66 rather. So that's how you're getting a feed, and that's through S-video. Trackball speed normal. I'm using a PS2 ball mouse. Project settings. So, I think the hard drive still has a bunch of stuff from my last attempt to edit when I had footage that was just way too long. So I'm just going to erase this. Does that give me my hard drive capacity back? Yes, it does. And I might actually have something, this might be the first attempt that I made to edit something, so I'll just erase this as well. There we go. So we'll stick with project 1. I don't know if we're going to need any still images, but we'll leave it at large. Why not? And I'm importing the footage from my DV-Cam camcorder, so the quality, we're going to select the direct DV option because that's what's going to give us the ability to import the video over the Avio's onboard DV capabilities. And we've got 336 minutes of video time available, so that'll be plenty for this video at least. And our input is going to be through DV. So the first thing to do, or the next thing to do, is import our video. So I'm going to hit record. And the weird thing about this thing is, I don't know why, like you would think I could just hit this record button down here and it would just start the camcorder going, because it's you know, the camcorder's connected over FireWire. It can control the camcorder over FireWire. But it won't for some reason. You have to click play, and then once it begins playing, you can hit record, which is kind of dumb. So I made sure to give myself several seconds of lead time at the beginning of the tape before I actually begin speaking. So we just hit play, and as soon as we see an image, we hit record. And there we go. Hello everybody. In today's video, so I'm just gonna let it import this footage. As you can see, the video we're editing today is about a vintage calculator. So I'll let this import, and then we'll be back in 15 minutes to start editing. Made around 1980. Okay, welcome back. We're finished transferring. I hit the stop button, and we're just back to the normal screen here. So I'll go back to the main menu, and we will go to the edit screen. Here we are, and there's our video clip. Now, the user interface suggests that when you transfer DV, or I forget if it was something in the user interface or if it was something I read online that suggested that when you transfer over DV, it does the proper scene splitting that DV does, you know, whenever you stop and start recording. But this thing is not doing that unless I'm doing something wrong. It just gives me one long clip, which is fine, I guess. So we have this one clip. So I believe the first thing to do is click add. And if we just click play right off the bat, everybody. Okay, so we've got like 6 seconds of stuff to cut out. So what we have to do is I got to remove this, and we have to trim this clip. So I'm going to click trim, and I'm just going to trim the beginning off it. Let's try, that actually might have been too far forward. Oh, it didn't save it anyway. I always forget how to do this. Here we go. Okay. So now I'm moving the mouse, and in the top left of the screen we can actually see the audio waveform, which is nice. Let's try that. Nope. Let's try that. That actually might be too far in. Let's try that. That might be better. Yeah, it's better. So that's our in point. Now we have to set our out point. And you can see we bled into the previous video. And after I ended the video, I realized I didn't show the AC adapter jack, so I taped that after the fact. So we'll have to split it there. AC adapter input on the back. It's very weird how you have to make these edits. Here is the AC adapter input on the back. And I guess I can't go any further than that. Oh yes, yeah, I should be able to. Here is the AC adapter input on the back.
Okay, let's try that. So we did the split, and then how do I execute it? Do I just go back to the main edit screen? Let's find out.
Hello,
yes, it is.
everybody.
Okay. But we're still not ready to add it to the timeline yet, because I have to split it where I go to show that AC adapter jack. So I got to go back in here again. Split. And now I have to find, oh my gosh, do I have to play it all the way through? No, there's no way. That goes frame by frame. Oh, there's an auto function. What's that do? Ooh, is this, what? Per pairing? See, oh my goodness. Well, MacroSystem was based in Germany. So it's per pairing scene for automatic cut. I wonder if that's where it does all the DV splits. I hope so. Oh my god, that's going to make my job so much easier. Okay. Number of scenes created 5. Oh my goodness. I think it did do the DV split. That is excellent. Okay. This is much better. So, if I add, okay, so this S1, this is the entire thing, and then it created new clips, S1.1, S1.2, these are all the divided versions. So we're going to start with S1.1. We are going to add that to the timeline, and we'll just hit play here.
Hello,
Yes, it did keep the trim, which is nice. So, if you pay attention to my videos, you'll know that the first thing I always do is I fade from black. So I need to do a fade from black. So I'm going to, I think it's a special. What I have to do, I believe, to fade from black is create a black scene and then do a dissolve from that black scene to the next clip. Yeah, there must be at least 2. Although what happens if I click this? Yeah, so there's no transitions here. Oh, I'm stuck. There we go. So let me just go back here. So I'm going to new scene, black. And I want it to be, I guess we'll try 1 second long. And now it literally just had to render out a black scene. So kind of the interesting thing about these systems is that unlike modern nonlinear editing, where all the effects and all the edits and everything you do are processed in real time every time you play the timeline, what the Avio has to do, just because of the limited processing power it had, was anytime you make an edit or add something like a black slate or text or whatever, it can't pre-render that and play it back in real time when you play the timeline. What it has to do is it has to render everything, like do the actual render of everything as you do it. So every time you add an effect, every time you add text, whatever, it has to render that portion of the final video, which is very interesting. And sometimes you're sitting there having to wait for it to render something just because of an effect you added or whatever. As a result of that, when your video is finished, there is no rendering to do because it's already rendered all the stuff you did. You just have to play it back into a VCR and record it. So, I've created my black scene. I'm going to add that, and I want to insert it. Oh, I always forget. I think I want in front. Yes. So now we have this.
Hello.
So now I need to do a dissolve between them. So I'm gonna click this button, I think. and we're going to do a crossfade. And I want half a second, I think. And we can preview that. No, we can't. Never mind. Or do I do insert? And then preview? Nope. There. So it does let us go frame by frame to show what it looks like. Okay, fair enough. Oh, I can play it. Actually, I don't like half a second. I want 1 second. So I'm going to remove that, hit 1 second, insert. And now it has this little red box around it, which means that it hasn't rendered out the effect yet. So, yeah, it says effect has not been created. So, okay, now I can preview it for some reason, and it gives me this tiny little miniature preview. And I can also do the frame-by-frame full-size preview. Now can I create it? Yes. So now it's rendering that out. A 1 second cross dissolve. Look at it go. And it's done. And I think I can go back now. And there it is. So let's just play it from the beginning here.
Hello everybody.
Okay, that looks good.
In today's video we are taking a look at a, not sure I know completely how to use, but I can demonstrate at least partial functionality.
Oh frick, I never demonstrated the percent key. I'm just realizing now, so I'm gonna have to tape that later, but we'll go as far as we can go before I have to go back and do that.
Of it. It's got a clear entry key as well as at least you can just punch in.
Okay. Well, I made it 5 minutes before I had to make an edit. So, what did I say next?
The dollars and cents direct.
Okay. So what I need to do is get out of here, and I'm gonna have to split this. So. Yeah, so unfortunately, when things are in the, you can't edit stuff that's in the timeline. You have to go back to your media bin, or whatever you want to call this, and edit the raw file. So everything we've done up to this point is moot, because I'm going to have to remove this and retrim it, and which, yeah, I knew it was going to be that way. So we're going to hit remove. We're going to go to this scene and split it. And I'm going to go to about the 5 minute mark. Oh, here we go. Okay. So go to the 5 minute mark.
Values, you know, dollar and cent values. You don't have to use the decimal values. The decimal values, you know, dollar and cent values. You don't have to use the decimal key. You can just punch in. You know, you don't have to use the it won't have it at least.
This is so hard to do.
You can punch in.
You can just punch in. Okay.
Two decimal values, you know, dollar and cent values. You don't have to use the decimal key. You can just
okay. Oh.
Decimal value. The decimal value. You don't have to use the decimal key.
Oh. Every time I lift the mouse off the table, it goes back.
Dollar and cent values. You don't have to use the decimal values. You know, dollar and cent values. You don't have to use the decimal.
Okay. I think that's what I want. I wanted to split it after I say, You don't have to use the decimal key. Oh, and then it says remaining. Do I want to use it or drop it? I do want to use it. So I'm going to hit use. Okay. So now I have this, which ends where I split it, and this should pick back up. So now I want to trim this because I want to trim my my loss of train of thought and pick up where I regain my width. So I want to go to trim in.
Just punch, you know, at least,
Commence having stroke.
You can just punch in and just
Right there, I think, is where I want.
You can just punch in the dollars and cents directly like you would on an adding machine.
I think so. Yes, that is what I want, so I will go back. So now we've added more complexity because I have S1.1.1 and S1.1 point remaining. And this is what I want to add into it. So technically I can delete this and I can delete this now, but I won't just yet because it might bite me in the butt. So now I want to add this behind, and let's just see what we have.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, so now I want to go and re-add my dissolve, my 1 second dissolve, insert, create. Do you like how I've been at this for half an hour and I'm still in the first 1 second of the video, the first second of the video? Okay, that should be good.
Hello, everybody.
Boy, I'm going to be sick of hearing that. Okay, so the video up to this point is good, and then we get to this point. And before, well, yeah, let's just add it in. We will add behind. So now we have, what? No, that's not what I wanted to do. Uh-oh.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, I screwed up. I need to add my dissolve again. This thing is so fun. And yet somehow, these things have a cult following, although the newer ones are much more like modern nonlinear editors than this is. And we go back here, and I think the mistake I made was I need to click this, and click this, and add, there we go. Okay. Now, I wish I could play in the middle, but I don't think I can. I don't think I can shuttle ahead.
In today's video, we are taking a look at a vintage calculator that I've actually had for a few years now.
You can't shuttle ahead, which kind of sucks because I would like to see what the junction between these two things looks like. And maybe there is a way to do that? I don't know.
You can just punch in the dollars and cents.
I think I have an idea. If I go to this, and normally when I have an edit like this, I'll put a really short dissolve in between them. What is XS? Does that let me set a custom length? Yes it does. So if I put like a 10 frame dissolve, whoops. and insert. Can I preview that? Nope. Can I do this? Yeah, so there's my 10 frame dissolve. It's funny, sometimes it'll let you preview stuff, sometimes it won't.
The decimal key, you can just punch in.
Oh, it did show the junction at least.
The decimal key, you can just punch in.
Oh, I don't like that. It fades the audio as well. Oh, I don't like that at all. Remove. Maybe I'll just let it jump cut.
Decimal key, you can just punch in.
Yeah, that just might be what I have to do.
Decimal key, you can just punch in.
Now that makes me want to clean up the junction point a little bit. Like if I remove this and remove this and go back to this and hit trim, go to out.
You know, dollar and the decimal key. You know, you don't have to use the decimal values. You know, dollar and cent value.
Oh, now I've lost my place. There we go.
You know, don't have to use.
Oops.
You don't in 2-digit decimal values, you know, have to use the decimal key. You know, dollar and cent values. You don't have to use the decimal key. You know, dollar and.
Let's try that. Let's try that.
Hello, everybody.
That's not what I meant to do. Yeah, okay. So let's add that, and let's add this, and then go here and just play that junction again.
The decimal key, you can just punch in.
Yeah, that's fine. It's gonna have to be fine, because it fades audio when it does a cross dissolve, which is fair. That's a fair programming assumption to make. Okay, so let's go back to here and re-add my cross dissolve, which is 1 second. Okay. All right, so let's keep playing this from here.
You can just punch in the dollars and cents directly, like, really nice to use.
Did I have another stroke?
This calculator is based on the Texas
No,
Instruments
I'll leave it.
TMS-10 chip.
Uh-oh.
The TMS-1045 was used in a few different Canon models. It was also used in.
I'm being more lenient with my brain farts that I usually edit out. I'm leaving them in just because it's so much work to do edits like that on this system.
And some Toshiba models, 12 times 13, but I don't want 13. I can do clear entry, type 12.
Ah, yes, this is where I screwed up. I mispressed a key, but that's good because I was smart enough to stop recording when that happened. So what I'll do is I'll remove this. We are going to trim the end off of this.
I don't know, kind of interesting, but that's what your error indicator looks like. I don't know. Looks like.
And I think I can end it here. I think. So we will go back. We will re-add that. And now we're on to S1.2. So let's add, let's just play that from here.
Demonstrating the clear entry.
I'll trim that. We'll go trim. It's too bad I can't like play and then hit in. I can do this though. That might actually be a little easier. A little bit too much of a delay. Let's go to here maybe.
Demonstrating the.
That's good. And how does it end? It's only 1 minute and 50 seconds long. Did it end with me making another screw up?
Now I'm curious if
yes. I wasn't sure how to demonstrate something.
2 decimal points. Now I'm curious. Now.
And I think I can end it there. We'll try that. So I will add that.
Demonstrating the clear entry indicator. If I do 12 times 13, but I didn't want 13. Clear entry, 12. There you go, that's the clear entry. It's called CI. I'm not sure what the I would stand for in this case. It's not the first time I've seen it written CI. I don't know if I means input. That's what it would mean, clear input.
I might just take that whole part out because it makes me sound stupid. Trim. Do I want a trim or a split? I may want a split actually. So let me remove this. Split, and we'll just play it.
Demonstrating the clear entry indicator. If I do 12 times 13, but I didn't want 13. Clear entry, 12. There you go, that's the clear entry. It's called CI.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the I.
So I just hit index. I don't know if that'll. Number of created scenes 2. Oh, okay, that's what the index key does. Okay, so it made the split. So if I play this.
Demonstrating the clear entry indicator.
And play this.
It's called CI. I'm not sure what the I would
Right.
stand for in this case. It's not the first time I've seen it.
So now I want to trim this. So I'm just going to clean up. I can delete this. And we'll go to this and trim it.
It's called CI. I'm not sure what the I would stand for in this case. It's not the first time I've seen it written CI. I don't know if I means input. That's what it would mean, clear input. So I'll show the fixed decimal function if I move it to the.
Okay. So I will trim the first 16 seconds out.
I'm not the I in the time. Input. That would put. I'm not sure I would turn my CI. I don't know if I mean input. That's what it would be. Input.
How's that look?
So I'll show the fixed decimal function.
That's fine. So we will go back here. So now what's this?
Demonstrating the clear entry indicator.
Okay. So we will add this, and then we're going to add this. And I'm just going to play it from here and see how it looks.
Demonstrating the clear entry indicator. Even with round numbers, it always gives you... oh, I've moved it.
I screwed up already. I moved it to the 2 position, not the 4 position. So, was that here?
So...
Yeah. So that was 1, 2, 2. I'm going to remove that. I'm going to trim this. Let's just play it.
So I'll show the fixed decimal function. If I move it to the 4 position, you can see even with round numbers, it always gives you... oh, I've moved it to the 2 position. Frick, I've done it again. I'll demonstrate the fixed decimal function.
Okay, so 20 seconds.
So I'll show you can see even with round numbers, it always gives you oh, I've moved it to the 2 position. Move it to the... I've done it again.
Let's try that.
I'll demonstrate the fixed decimal function.
Cut it a little close. I'll back it up a few frames. Let's try that. So that we can add. And let's just play it from here.
Demonstrating the clear entry indicator. If I do 12 times 13, but I didn't want 13. Clear entry, 12. There you go, that's the clear entry. I'll demonstrate the
Looks good.
decimal function if I move mart in that fashion. Same thing with 2 decimal points.
Okay. And then we go on to...
I'll demonstrate the fixed decimal function.
Then we go on to this function, or this function, yeah. I'm listening to the video too much. This clip. And let's just see what that looks like.
And if you try to calculate with an input...
Okay, so I'll trim the first few seconds off that. See how that looks?
And if you try to calculate...
That's fine. And I'll watch it before I decide how I want the end. Well, yeah, let's go to out and see what it looks like.
And you can clear it just like always. Yeah. And yeah. It's always.
Okay. Well, we'll add it anyhow, and we'll play it from... We'll play it from here, I guess. We'll just play the whole thing. Actually, I'll play it from here.
I'll demonstrate the fixed same thing with 2 decimal points. And if you try to calculate with an input with more than 4 decimal places, for example, 1, I think. Yeah. And you can clear it just like always.
Okay, that was good. I just remembered there was the DC jack. Where should I put in the DC jack? Wouldn't it be nice if there was like a split between 2 clips where I could just insert that? What's it look like from here?
You can just punch in the dollars and cents.
Nah, because this scene went on for like 5 full minutes. So this was 1.1.1. So I'm going to have to split this again. So let me rewatch this scene and see where I should insert that clip.
some sort of quality marking. I forget. I read up about it once.
Okay, so I split it there.
Yeah, this is a nice calculator. So in addition to the basic functions, it does have memory functions.
Okay, so I split it there. And hopefully number scenes created too. So now it's going to be called S1.1.1.1. It's like an IP address. And S1.1.1.2. So I need to remove this, add this behind, and then this we need to trim.
Here is the...
Okay, so a little less than 2 seconds.
Here is...
That should be fine.
Here is the...
And then where do we want it to end?
Here is the AC adapter input on the back.
That's good. No, that's not.
Put on the back.
Okay.
Here is the AC adapter input on the back.
I want to go a little bit longer than that. Let's do that. So I have that, and then I want to add S1.5 there, and then I want to put this there. Hoo boy. Okay, let's see how this looks.
Here is the AC adapter input on the back. But yeah, this is a nice calculator. So
I could probably actually add a dissolve. So let me go here, and I will add a 10 frame dissolve. Insert. Yeah, that's fine. Create. Why can't I create it? Do I have to do this? Okay, that worked fine. Create. Oh, it already created it. Okay.
Here is the AC adapter input on the back.
That looks good.
But yeah, this is a nice calculator. So
that looks very good. Okay, so we took care of that. So now we are on to S1.4. So what's that look like?
So the Mark I version of the L813.
Okay. Let's trim that. Try that.
So the Mark I version of the L.
And then what's the end look like?
Yes, when the end for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I will thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.
Okay, and we're at the end. And of course I still have to go back probably tomorrow and tape the % key demonstration because I didn't do that. But we'll add this. And we'll start here and just see how it looks.
And if you try to calculate with an input with more. So thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. And I will see you in the next video.
Okay. So I think I'm going to leave that here for tonight. And so what we have left to do is I have to go back and tape the how to use the % key, and then we'll have to add that in here somewhere, probably before this scene. And Then of course, I have to put in my end screen, right? So I'm gonna have to import my end screen. I'll probably use WinDV on my computer to record like 30 seconds of my end screen to the camcorder and then play it into here. I'm gonna have to import the music that I use for my end screen. So this thing does have an audio import function. So I'll do that. I'll put the music on an MP3 player or something and hook it into this and play that into this. Yeah, so I just gotta add those things in and then do any more tidying up that I want to commit myself to doing, and that'll be it. It's been over an hour to edit a 13-minute video, and we're not even done yet. But the world of early non-linear editing. I almost feel like literally taking I almost feel like doing A/B roll editing would be faster. I don't know. That is something I do want to do someday. I have an A/B roll edit controller. I need to figure out. Well, I need to get a video switcher that can actually work with it, which I do have access to one that I plan on taking home. And then I need to figure out what camcorders I have that support the A/B roll edit controller. I do have some. Of course, if I shoot something with one camcorder, it wouldn't be A/B roll editing, it would just be assemble editing, which I can still do with that edit controller. Anyway, I'm talking about something completely different because it's almost 1 in the morning and I'm tired. So I will shut this thing down for tonight, and we'll pick it up in the morning. Welcome back. It's the next day. I have recorded the blurb I forgot to do about the percent key. So I have the camcorder queued up to the beginning of that scene. So I'm going to go into the record function once again. And I'm going to hit play. And once a signal comes up, then I can hit the record button. So unfortunately, where I don't have a percent key that I know of. Okay. Cool. Stop. So if we go into our edit function now, we have a new scene, and it's called S3 because I actually started doing this like 10 minutes ago, and I made the S2 scene, and I realized that when I recorded that little blurb, I didn't have my microphone turned on, so I had to go back and record it again. So we have S3 here. I think I can trim the beginning of it a little bit. So unfortunate. Yeah, I can go to like 3.5 seconds. A little less maybe. Let's try that. So, where do I add that in? Start here, I guess. You can just punch in the dollars and cents directly like you would on an adding machine without having to... Or maybe I suppose I could tack it on towards the end. And if you try to calculate with an input with more than 4 decimal places, for example, whoops. What do we have here? So the Mark I version of the L813 and this Mark II version, I bet I can insert S3 right behind this. So if I go add, and let's start from here and see how that looks. And if you try to calculate with an input with more than 4 decimals, I don't have a manual for this thing. I don't know. Okay, so that works. So what I want to do is do a little dissolve between them.
So I will do a 10 frame dissolve. Just like that. 10 frames. And forgot what I'm doing here. Insert, preview, nope. Okay, sure. And it's already created it, so I guess I can just go back to this. And actually, let me go back here. Can I play it? Yeah. Just like always. So yeah, it looks good. So let's play it. Let's go back here and play it from here. So unfortunately, where I don't have a manual for this way to use the percent key that I know of. So the Mark I version of the L. Okay, so I can actually almost trim that a little bit. What's this look like? So that looks good. I think I want to trim off the end of S3 a little bit. Out. There's one way to use the percent key that I know of. Yeah, I'll do that. And if we go back here, now did that automatically add the trim to this point? If I go here, so okay, I think it did. So just for the heck of it, let's add a crossfade. Now that we're almost done, I'm going to try and pretty it up a little bit better, try and smooth out the jump cuts and stuff, which I always have a ton of in my videos. Insert. It's funny, sometimes it has to render out effects and sometimes it doesn't. And let's just play it from here again. I really wish I could play it from like the middle of a scene. Maybe there is a way to do that and I just don't know how. So unfortunately, where I don't have a percent key that I know of. So the Mark I. Did it not actually trim off the end of that? Let's go back to the trim function. Out. Okay, so if I do that, maybe I have to re-add it. So if I remove, add, go back here, insert a 10 frame dissolve. Do the same for this. So I'm gonna, actually I'll go back here, I'll just play that junction again. Key that I know of. So, okay, that looks good. Okay, and then we're at the end of the video. So here's what I want to do now. I want to add a text slide that says this video was edited using a MacroSystem Casablanca Avio video editing system, or whatever. So what I need to do is go back here. Now I have my black slate. It's only 1 second long, but I could add it 10 times. Let's see, how long would I want that text slate to be on there for? Let's go 10 seconds. So I will, can I rename this? No? Okay. So I'll go new scene, black, and we'll go for 10 seconds. And of course it's got to render it out. And we have black 2. So if I add black 2, and I want to dissolve between those, so I'm going to do a Let's see what a half second looks like in the next video. No, maybe I want a 1 second dissolve. We'll see you in the next video. Now I don't like where I've had that the end of S1.4 trimmed, so I might go back here and add a little more to that. So, let's try that. So S1.4, add black 2, add, go back to here, and I want to do my 10 frame dissolve here. Insert, and then I want to do a 1 second dissolve here. In the next video. Sure. Now, on top of this black slate is where I want to add my text, and I think that's how you do it. You have to put your text on top of something. You can't just have text as its own event. So we have to go to the text tool, which I have not touched since I made the video of this thing where I made farts, 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 and then somebody got really mad at me for doing that in the video, which is kind of hilarious. Yes, we want in-out fading pages. That's what we want. 1 second fade's fine. And we want it for 10 seconds. So. Oh. I already made this. Yay! Save me some work. I already made this from my first attempt of making a video. Of course, I didn't even get close to finishing my first attempt at editing a video on this, but I decided just to make the slide anyway. Okay, yay, we've already got the slide. Cool. Okay. Great. So, there really are a lot of nice things that this thing can do because the original owner, which is the TV station, had purchased the optional Avio Pro package, which gives you some actually pretty useful stuff. Like color correction and filters and stuff. Okay. So, how do I make my, because I had hit, oh, I see, do I have to hit insert? Aha. And then what's the preview look like? Sure. Create. So now it's going to render it out. And this might take a while. I don't like how close the text is to the edge of the screen. Maybe I'll actually cancel that and see if I can. We're outside the safety margins. Putting my formal professional television training to work. Do this. Actually, let me go back here and just remove. Do this. Can I? Yeah, I forget what the text editing's like. Can I make it smaller? Okay, that just did one line. Can I do the whole thing? Or do you have to do it line by line? Maybe that's what you have to do. Weird names for fonts. You don't have your Times New Roman and your Arial. It's all like names. Like feminine names. Except for Whirl. Although maybe that's a feminine name in Germany. There's some male names too. That looks better. And insert. And create. All right, let's see what this looks like. Okay. Let me just go here, see how that looks. In the next video. Okay, that looks good. So, next step is I need to import my end screen and my Patreon list of Patreon patrons. So there is a, let me see, you go back to the main menu here. Yes, so there is, what is time mode? Does it just record something? Okay. I'm not sure what time mode is, but there is a photo mode. So, so what does that do? Let me just turn my camcorder on. And let's just see what it does. Does it take a still frame? So, it's really if I just hit record. Screws off. Okay. Screws off. So from the screws off. From the okay, so what did that do? That created an S4. What is S4? What the hell? Okay, so it just loops. Although it didn't loop it very well. Delete that. Let's go back to here. That's very strange. But I guess it works. So I guess I'll record my end screen and Patreon supporters to the camcorder. I could take the easy way out and just record the entire thing as a video and import it as a single video. But for the sake of using the Avio to its fullest extent that we know how, I will import them as stills and do all the fancy pants stuff to make it all work. So let me do that, and then we'll come back. Okay, I'm back, and that actually took a while to figure out. I actually had to bust out Sony Vegas for the first time since I quit using it back in December, I think. Adobe Premiere supposedly has the ability to record a video to a DV VTR, but I couldn't get it to work. And when I tried to render, when I tried to use Adobe just to render a DV video that I could play into the camcorder using WinDV, WinDV wouldn't accept the file. So Premiere's doing something wrong to make it not fully DV compliant, or maybe it's just me having a setting wrong, I don't know. But I had to bust out Sony Vegas, import still images of the stuff that I use at the end of videos into that, and I also imported the video and I used Vegas's record to VTR function, which worked perfectly. So I'm gonna go into photo mode here. I want, I think 5 seconds is what I usually do for the Patreon. Maybe a little less than that even. But we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna hit play. I have it queued up here. There's some color bars first. And then there's black, and then when it gets to the first screen,
I will hit record. There it is. Okay, so it got that. And I'm going to hit pause. And I'm going to back it up a little bit. See what that does. Maybe it doesn't work. I gotta look at the camcorder, see if it's actually doing anything. Oh, it is. It's going back one frame at a time. That should be good enough, I suppose. Hit record again, or I suppose hit play, hit record again. Oh, I don't know if it got that. Okay, let's go back. Oh, there's the music. Oh, this thing. Okay. And click. It takes so long to actually start recording. There we go. And I'm going to go back again. And click. Okay. No, stop. Okay. So we recorded a bunch of junk. So let's see, what's this look like? Okay, that looks fine. How about this? Okay, so that one's junk, so I can delete that. How about this? Yep, that looks fine. And this. Okay, that all looks good. So, we have our title card and we're gonna add, oh, we wanted this for like 30 seconds. I wonder if I can just add it over and over. We'll try that. So we want this, and then this, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 seconds, I suppose. And then we go into here. So over here, I want to do a, I kind of want to do a fade to black. Yeah, that should work maybe, because the text already fades out. So if I do a 1 second cross dissolve, and it's going to have to render that out now. Oh no, it's dissolving right to it. That's not what I wanted. I know. Let's go back here and, oh no, let's go back here. Remove. Go back here. And of course this is red now because we've done stuff, it has to re-render it. We don't have to do that immediately. But I'm going to add our first 1 second long black slide. Nope, that's not where I wanted to put it. There we go. So then I can dissolve these two, I think. So if I do 1 second, insert, can I preview that? Maybe. And these I'm gonna have, let's try a 1/2 second crossfade. And then I actually want to add another black slate here. So if I go create, and I'll create this as well. Oops. Oh, I've got to go into the, there, create, no, I've got to go into the text mode and create that again. So that's going to take a while. Now I could have done, maybe that's what I should have done, was make the Patreon slides
just using the text editor. I never even thought of that. Well, that's all right. We've already gotten this far. We'll just keep going with what we've got. At this point, I just kind of want to get this done. This thing is very interesting, but for me, not at all engaging to use. Okay, so we go back here. So what's this look like from here? Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Okay, so we're good up to that point. So what I want to do next is here I want to insert my blank, my 1 second black slate again, add, and I want to dissolve between each of these. So I want to go here. I guess we'll try a ½ second. And then here we'll try a ½ second. Okay, go back to here, and we'll play it from here. Okay. I'm literally playing my end song in my head to see if I've got the slides up long enough. Yeah, that looks good. So what does that look like? Because of course I've put this slide in multiple times to add it up to 25 seconds. I'm making sure that there's no flickering between the scenes, which there doesn't appear to be, so this has worked out fine, which is great. And then finally, we're going to do a dissolve to black again, so we'll add that. Go in here, and we'll do a 1 second crossfade, create that. Okay, go back here, play that. Okay, just for good measure, let's add that one more time. Actually, we won't. No, I'll take that out. So next is, of course, I gotta add the music. So that's this tool right here, I believe. And I need to import some music. So I have that on this camcorder as well. So the input, the input's gotta be, we can't do it over DV. Okay, so I just realized that all I have to do is plug my camcorder, which I've already recorded the song onto, plug the RCA outputs into the RCA inputs on the Avio. So I should be able to just hit play on the camcorder and hit record on this. There we go. And I have no idea what the audio level should be, so I'm just going to leave it at that.
I recorded it to the camcorder at minus 12 dB. Okay, that should be enough. Should be way more than enough. So, that's going to be called A1. We're going to go to our audio editor. And I want to start it here. So, can I do insert? Insert A1. Okay. Oh boy. This might actually not be too hard to figure out. She says when suddenly everything freezes. Okay. I want to play from here. Okay, so I could actually trim the beginning of it a bit. How do we do that? Okay, I just realized if I go back to the audio recording tool, there's trim and split functions and everything else. So let's trim off the end of this. Oh my god, it's so much smoother than the video trim. Oh, never mind. Still a little bit janky. Okay, let's try that. Okay. That should be fine. Okay. So now if I go back here, go to here, insert A1. Okay, that's not quite. Now there's, now it starts too quickly. All right, let's remove this, go back here, and let's turn down the trim on that. Can we try this? And insert, let's try that. Okay, that's good. That's fine. Okay, I want the text to be like 3 seconds longer. So if I go to my text tool, my black is 10 seconds long. So actually, if I go back here, can I add like 1, 2, 3, and then go to the text tool and remove that. Insert, no. Oh, here we go, pause. Oh, is 10 seconds as long as it goes? What? Oh, because that's the maximum length of this black. Ah, I've got to make another black scene. So I got to go back here. And I got to go remove, 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 remove.
I need to make a new black scene. Could do stars. Oops. And make that 13 seconds long. Oh my god. Okay. And insert that here. Go to my text tool. Oh, it's still 10 seconds. Is that the maximum length? What? Well, funny enough, it says 13 seconds here. Okay. What happens if I just go ahead and make this? Okay, so I have found that for some reason, despite the text editing tool having a maximum pause length of 10 seconds when you use the in-out fading pages, it actually goes for however long you put it on top of whatever. So it actually worked. And with that, I learned that 13 seconds is a little too long. I want it to be 12, so now I'm going to have to remove this, go back here, remove this, make another black scene. Oops. That's 12 seconds long. I'm only ever doing this once, so I might as well do it as rightly as I can. And then this thing's going on eBay. All right. Add that. Text tool, in-out fading pages, insert, create. So if we go back to here, go to our audio edit tool. I've already inserted A1. Let's play this and see what it looks like. Good enough. And suddenly it ends for some reason. Why the F? Why did it do that? Oh, I see. That's strange. Can I play it from here? Okay, it just suddenly starts playing there. Range. Out. Ah, okay. I did this by accident, apparently. Go back here. And I don't know why these aren't working for some reason. I suppose it only applies to the selected track. If I do that, now it works. Let's go back to here and just play. Okay, that goes on for too long, so I'm gonna go back here and if I remove one of these, it's probably gonna be too short. Remove, go back to here, and we'll just start from here. I gotta say, on this monitor, it looks great, but once it gets on YouTube, these slides are probably gonna look like garbage. Okay, great. Now I just need to make it fade out. So, fade, fade out. Let me do a fade in of like 4 frames. And the fade out will do 1 second. And we'll start from here. Okay, that didn't fade. I wonder if it wants to fade at the very end of A1, even though I've truncated A1, which means I'm probably going to have to go back and trim A1, which is fine. Right there. Okay, so if we go back here, probably going to have to remove this and reinsert it right here. And then do the fade. 4 frame fade worked good here. 1 second fade here. So let's try that now. And it didn't do the fade out. Why is that? Oh, do I have to like re-add it once I've done fades? Is that why? Let me go to here and play it from here. No. Why isn't it fading? I don't know. I don't think there's like a manual for this thing. Do I have to hit create? Oh, is that what happens? What happens if I do this? Rendering audio. Okay. Maybe now it'll have the fade. I forgot this thing can't do anything in real time. You have to render any effect you do. Now let's try this. Ah, okay. All right. I think that's pretty much the way we want it. So now if I go back here, I think this thing is done, unless I would just want to tidy up other jump cuts and stuff. Oh yeah, I gotta add a dissolve there. Go here, 1 second, insert, create. I gotta say, once you figure out how this thing works and how it wants you to do things, it's not horrible. It's just the act of figuring it out, you know, blindly like I'm doing without a tutorial or anything. Oops. So let's play that from here.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, that works. What about between these scenes? Oops.
Here.
Okay. Let's do like 8 frames. And for some reason it has to render this part out again. Let's just play this.
Here is it.
Okay. Create that again for some reason. How's this junction look?
A decimal key, you can just punch in. Yeah. I don't know if I have room to put like, can put like a 5-frame dissolve on there.
The decimal key, you can just punch
Oh,
in.
that actually works super well. Okay, cool. What's this junction look like?
It's like
Okay, I can probably add like a 10-frame dissolve there. It's funny, it doesn't have to render out the short ones.
it looks like.
Okay, that's fine. What about here?
Clear entry. I'll demonstrate.
Okay, I'll add 10 frames might be a little long. Let's go for 8.
Clear entry. I'll demonstrate the
Yeah, it looks fine. What about right here?
decimal points. And if you try to 2 decimal points. And if you try to calculate,
That looks good. I think that covers just about everything. Oh my goodness. Are we done? Have we made a YouTube video using the Casablanca Avio? Oh my goodness. So if we have, and I think we have, all that's left to do is play this thing back into the DV camcorder. And watch it along the way, just in case there's anything we missed that we need to edit. I'm just positioning the tape on my camcorder here. So, yeah, so we go to our main menu and we hit finish. And actually, let me just do that. Okay. Wow, 15. It's amazing. We started off with 15 minutes of raw footage and we ended up with 15 minutes of video. No, we actually ended up with like 16 or 17 minutes of raw footage. So, very nice. Record to DV and display on. I think I can leave that on when we record to DV. Record to VCR. Please switch VTR to record. Okay. It's not going to do it to DV, is it?
hello
Nope.
everybody. In today's video,
Nope, it did not do that. Why? I remember I went through this before. Oh, do I have to like create 10 reel to record to DV? These have to be rendered. Aha, okay. Do that. Okay. So I guess it needs to render them a second time if you're going to export to DV. But oddly enough, it doesn't have to if you're going out to composite or S-video. So I guess I was slightly lying when I said, oh no, is this going to be cut off? Oh crap. Okay. Why isn't my record to DV button? Oh, there we go. Okay. And I assume it won't display the on-screen indicators on the DV stream.
hello everybody. In today's video,
and it did not catch the beginning of the video. I don't think it did. Let me just play this back here. No, it didn't. So I got to add a pre-roll. Insert in front. Insert in front. There. 5 seconds of black. And okay. I assume I don't have to re-render anything. Here we go.
Hello everybody.
Perfect.
In today's video, we are taking a look at a
Okay, that wasn't really a graceful fade out. I guess I should have added a post roll. But my goodness, that is that. So the next thing to do, I've recorded that back onto my DV camcorder. I'm going to hook the DV camcorder up to the computer and import it back into the computer. And then do my usual use handbrake to deinterlace it and give me 60 frames per second. And then I'll render it in Premiere up to 720p, which is what I always do because that's what enables 60 frame per second playback on YouTube. And then that'll be it. So there you go. That seemed to work out well. I didn't think this video would end up being quite as cleanly edited as it turned out to be, and certainly it's not as clean as they usually are. I did make a couple of concessions just, you know, to save on the effort, because there is a lot of effort that goes into doing basic edits on a system like this. But other than that, it came out really well, and so that's it. I mean, it was a cool experience. I'm happy if I never do it again. Wow, what a wild ride that was. This thing is pretty darn nuts. It's really cool, but also really weird. And it gives you an appreciation for what early non-linear video editing was like. When this thing was sold in 2000, pretty much your only option, just like today, was a personal computer with non-linear editing software. But back then, the specs you needed for a computer were so great. If you were going to go the PC route, it was going to be hard to find any PC that could do nonlinear video editing. Your best bet was a Macintosh and either Adobe Premiere or Final Cut Pro. And those things were extremely expensive. Whether you went the PC route or the Mac route, it was going to be very, very expensive to get a system capable of doing nonlinear editing. This thing offered an alternative. It was far cheaper than any personal computer-based option. And so it gave an entry to those on a lower budget, but also it was kind of geared towards people who may not have ever touched a personal computer at all. The user interface, as you can see, has been simplified down to the bare essentials that you need. And it's just very interesting. Now, you watched me kind of muddle through it today, but that's because, of course, nonlinear editors have advanced so much that to use something like this, you're trying to think, you know, in ways that would work for modern nonlinear editing, but you can't apply those here for the most part. You've got to kind of turn that off in your head and use the system the way it designed for you to use it. And when you do that, it actually works. Hey, a real TV station, us, we made real television programming on this thing. So it works. So really neat system, but I've had my fun with it. And the TV station is obviously done with it as well.
So now we come back to the fact that this thing is for sale on eBay. The link is in the description of this video. And like I said in the beginning of the video, this is the most thoroughly tested MacroSystem Casablanca Avio on eBay. It also comes with more extras than any of the others on eBay, I think. And so it's been priced accordingly, and I think it's a fair price, but of course at the end of the day, the market will determine what the price should be. But here's what you're going to get when you buy this thing. You're going to get the Avio itself, obviously. You're not going to get a monitor. Sorry, for obvious reasons, you're not going to get a monitor, but any composite television set or video monitor will work, or an S-video monitor will work. And likewise, if you route this thing through an analog VCR, which you'll likely be doing if you're using this thing, you'll probably have your TV or monitor hooked up to a VCR, so you can even use an old-fashioned RF television set if you want. So you get the Avio itself. You're going to get this USB keyboard, standard USB keyboard, good for entering in titles in the character generator. You're going to get this PS2 mouse. Again, it's an ordinary PS2 mouse. I'm going to throw in this RCA, set of RCA AV cables, and this FireWire cable. It's a 4-pin to 4-pin FireWire cable. DV port on the Avio is 4-pin, and so you can hook a camcorder or a DV VTR up to the Avio with this. And then there's some other cool stuff. You're going to get the original Smart Media flash card that reinstalls the Avio software. So if the hard drive in this thing were to ever die, you can insert this card, put in a new hard drive. It's a standard IDE hard drive. I know that 20, 40, or 80 gigabyte sizes will work. Plug in the new hard drive, accessible on the bottom, plug in the card, and it installs the very simple installation interface. It installs the Avio software. Now, the only issue is that this Avio has an optional package installed. It's called the Avio Pro package, and it's a very, I would almost dare say, necessary software update. Again, not all the ones on eBay have the Avio Pro package. This one does. What the Avio Pro package gets you is instead of 3 projects going at one time, you can have up to 10. And most importantly, it also gives you more effects and image correction features and stuff like that. But most importantly, the Avio Pro package gives you the DV capability. So if you have one of these and it doesn't have the Avio Pro package installed, it is an analog only machine. You get composite in and out, and you get S-video in and out, and that's it. You need the Avio Pro package to get the DV in and out capability. Now, unfortunately, the Avio Pro package came on a separate Smart Media card, and we don't have that. We might have had it, but we don't know where it is anymore. So this card that you're going to get with it only installs the basic Avio software package, which for a lot of people, that might be fine. Gives you composite and S-video I/O, and it still gives you some video editing features. In fact, aside from the DV capability, I don't know if I used anything in today's video that required the Avio Pro package, except for the DV in and out. Unfortunately, I don't have the Avio Pro package on a Smart Media card. So if you ever had to use that Smart Media card, it's just going to install the base package. However, I've got something that I don't know if any other Avio on eBay comes with. If you ever saw the original video I made of this thing, this was had the hard drive upgraded at some point in its life. It shipped with a 20 gigabyte hard drive in 2000. In 2002, it was upgraded to an 80 gigabyte hard drive. Well, just very recently, at the TV station, I found the original hard drive. Of course, this has the upgraded 80 gig drive in it now. Here is the original 20 gig drive. It works, and the system boots to it and works fine. And this hard drive also has the Avio Pro package installed. So you're going to get this hard drive as well. So if the hard drive in this ever fails, pop this thing in. You're going to get a ready-to-go system that also has the Avio Pro package installed. So there's another layer of redundant protection right there. So there you go. And of course, I don't have to tell you how thoroughly this thing has been tested, so you know you're going to get a system that's going to work just fine, and has extras installed, which is great. Although the machine physically has a VGA port, the VGA option is not installed. That was another optional thing you had to buy, so the VGA port is not functional for that reason. Also, I think the machine was supposed to come with 2 SCART adapters, one that gives you composite and S-video, which I do have with this, and you're going to get that obviously. The other SCART adapter had component, and we do not have that adapter. So you're going to get the one adapter that has composite and S-video. For these reasons, the machine is going to be shipped with tape over the VGA port, so you don't accidentally try to use it. And it's going to ship with tape over the RGB SCART port, so you don't accidentally try to use that as well. So that's pretty much everything, and of course everything I just talked about is going to be in the eBay listing as well. So if you're interested in this thing, check it out. I think it's probably your best bet to get a Casablanca Avio on eBay. In my personal opinion, I may be a little bit biased. But of course, when you buy this thing, you're going to be supporting local independent community television as well. So that's kind of cool. So that's all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, watching me edit a YouTube video on this thing. It was certainly a neat experience, that's for sure. So thank you, and I will see you later.